Hello and welcome back to Mr. Adelman's fantastic math class. Today we're going to continue talking about conditional statements. What we're going to do is take a conditional statement that is not in if-then form and then put it into if-then form. So let's take a look at some of the examples that we have today. So the directions would say identify the hypothesis and conclusion of each statement and then write the statement in if-then form. So let's take a look at our first example. It says an angle with a measure less than 90 is an acute angle. So what we're going to try to do is try to figure out what is the hypothesis here, what is the conclusion. So what we start off with is an angle is with a measure of less than 90 degrees. That looks like my hypothesis. So I'm just going to write that in here. An angle with a measure less than 90. And my conclusion is what's going to come after the word is in this case. So this right here is an acute angle. That's my conclusion. That's my hypothesis. So my conclusion is should be an acute angle. Let me fix that so the English teachers don't yell at me. And so now that we have our hypothesis and conclusion, what we have to do is put this into if-then form. So you should know that the hypothesis usually starts with the if. So if an angle, you're going to have to change some words around here. So if an angle has a measure less than 90. So notice I had to change, this was with, and now it's a has. Okay. Then I'm going to put the word it in there. It is an acute angle. There you go. Okay, so in this case, I only had to change one word. There are going to be other times where you're going to have to change multiple words or add some information. So let's take a look at an example like that. So this example says linear pairs are adjacent angles. So let's identify our hypothesis. And the hypothesis is really just this. Okay, it's a linear pairs. And then what our conclusion says is just after the R here. This is my conclusion. So so we're going to have to add some words. So let's go with a pair of angles is a linear pair. So as you can see, I added significant amount of information. It really just starts off with a linear pair, but I'm going to add a pair of angles is a linear pair. And then the conclusion would be you don't have to add that much to the conclusion. In this particular case, they are adjacent angles. Yeah. So really, all they are adjacent angles. So really, all I added was, in this case, the they. And so now that I've added some information, I can now make a if-then statement that does in fact make sense. So it says if a pair of angles is a linear pair, then they are adjacent. Oops, let me spell that correctly. Yep. So that's how you would rewrite a conditional into if-then form. Sometimes you're going to have to add just an if and then, and sometimes you're going to have to add significantly more than that. So that's all we have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me either in person or on my blog. Thank you very much. Have a great day.